What's up? Coach Denny here. We're gonna get in a little bicep pump. Just finished a 7.5 mile run, zone 2 run, average 9:45 per mile. Felt pretty good. I have a little bit of whatever spring gunk is going on, cold, COVID, allergies, I don't know. So that kind of bothered me, but otherwise felt pretty good. And I want to talk about how to set up a training split. And I want to talk about some diet stuff too. So we're just going to hit 5 sets of 12 on the barbell curl because I finally got my barbell back in the garage. And so when I'm setting up a training plan for myself, I'm really just asking, what is the minimum and maximum amount of work I want to get done in a week? And then from there, it's just breaking it down into chunks that I can fit in, with my schedule. And so you could break it up a million different ways. There's not necessarily a perfect optimal split. I mean, yeah, I guess in theory, if that was your job, but exercise is not my job, it's my hobby. It's part of my job as a trainer to learn and to think about ideal splits. But fortunately, I have a job, which is coaching online, that occupies most of my time. And when I'm not doing that, I'm taking care of my family. 7-year-old boy, a 6-month-old girl, a wife, a dog, a house. And so, 9 times out of 10, what I put down on paper isn't necessarily what happens. So I kind of just have a minimal volume that I want to hit in terms of run, bike, swim, lift. And so I'm preparing for Sprint Triathlon World Championships in October. I'm kind of a hybrid athlete, kind of a CrossFitter, kind of a triathlon guy. But, the more I go through the iterations of setting up my plan, the more I realize I just have to focus on what's important. And so as a hybrid athlete, asking myself, what do I care about? What's important? I want to perform well at that race. So first thing, when I spread out have the work cut out for me, I write down the work that I want to get done in a week. If I have to sacrifice, I sacrifice on the lifts or on some of the fun stuff, and I just make sure I get in the big runs, I get in the big bikes, and I get in some swim sessions. And the more I kind of refine that, the more I'm realizing for lifting, you either can do it where you just hit one body part a day. It doesn't take a lot of time. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I kind of like that. Or you could just have 1 full body session or 2 full body sessions a week. That works. The issue with that is it can leave you so sore that it could affect, if you're trying to train the next day, it could affect it, right? You go and do a really hard full body day. Well, what are you doing the next day? I mean, probably a bike would make the most sense for me. I think I can get away with biking sore. Running really sore is kind of tough. Swimming, guess you could swim. But yeah, so today my goal was to do 30-minute swim, 8-mile run, and some bicep curls. And we knocked out the run. I walked I cooled down with the half mile, so it was 8 miles. And we're gonna hit bicep curls. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna work the rest of the day. The swim didn't happen. If there was a pool closer, it easily could, but I have a 30-minute drive to the nearest pool, so is what it is. So the goal with lifting while I train for triathlon at this point is just to look good. I don't really care about my numbers. I don't really care about how heavy I do any particular lift. I just want to look shredded. And arguably, it really might not even be optimal for my triathlon performance. I'm weighing in at 205 today. If I want to race faster, I really need to be closer to like 180. But I have probably 30 pounds of fat I could lose. I know I'm carrying it decently, but I think I can get pretty lean before I have to start worrying about losing muscle. I just realized I don't have any clips. My coach last year told me I have too much muscle, but I don't care. I guess that's what makes me a hybrid athlete, a little bit vain. I want to be the most jacked and fast triathlete there is. So let's hit a set of 8 slow. If I can get 10, we get 10. Ooh. That burns. That burns. I feel that right down in here. It's a good pump already. We're gonna do 3 more sets. So if you stuck around this long, I've been seeing so much about diets. Mark Bell, right? One week he's talking about keto diet. Next week he's talking about the sugar diet. It's like, man, people just get so confused about diet. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about energy flux. Right now, me, running all these miles, biking all these miles, doing all I can. It's high energy flux, high energy output. If you're gonna do that, eat a high carb diet. Always high protein. It's always high protein, right? Now, high protein means at least 0.75 of your body weight in grams of protein per day. Yeah, if you can get 1, if you do more than 1, awesome, but at least 0.75, right? So me, 150 grams. If I'm getting below 100 grams, that's not good. Always high protein. And then high energy flux, high carb, right? Low energy flux, winter time, not running, I'm not biking, I'm not swimming. Keto is fine, just cut the carbs, do keto. Up your fats, you can even reduce the protein, do the true 70, 20, 10 split, and just cruise. You'll resensitize to insulin. Keto's not a forever diet, but it can help with some cellular adaptations, sensitizing to insulin, utilizing fat for fuel, kind of get your mitochondrial pathways more efficient with that. And low energy, yeah, and you drop the calories with that. You drop the calories. It's not hard. Nutrition's a tool. The tool should support the lifestyle. Now, if you're just living kind of a balanced lifestyle, what I coach people is carb cycling. Why not? Why be like, oh, I got to do keto, I got to do high carb, I got to do zone. Like, what if you just did all 3? What if you went low carb day, balanced carb day, or balanced macro day, high carb day? Cool. You can match your high carb days to leg day or a higher output day, or not even worry about it. Just cycle through the carbs. So it's so simple. It's so simple. Like, let me know what questions you have, because it's not that complicated, really. Let's hit another set. Actually, I'm just gonna do 3 sets. We're gonna do 1 more, go for broke, then I'm gonna eat, and we're gonna call it a day. You guys would be surprised what even just one really effective set can do. Maybe I'll do a drop set with the bar, whatever. We'll throw 25s on there. honestly, like for me, yeah, eating high carbs, balancing the training splits, all that's really important. Obviously, you want to pay attention to progressive overload. I just did the same 8-mile run just a few days ago, and I already dropped my split times down a bit. And I went a half mile longer, 7.5 miles. Literally just 3 days ago. Today I went a half mile longer. So I went faster and further. Progressive overload. It felt okay. But like the true things that would have made a bigger difference is one, not being sick, which getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, supplements, vitamin C, again, just not being sick, that would help. And I had a little bit of heartburn out there because I'm these are actually Velos, but I'm a nicotine addict, and I'm working on it. I was up to the point where I was doing a whole can, it's like 20 pouches of 9 milligrams a day. And dude, I'm getting heartburn. It's like ridiculous. And at that point when I was doing, I wasn't even feeling the 9s anymore. So what's the point? So I kind of tried to go cold turkey. I bought the On brand, 2 milligrams. And I actually felt fine. But then we went out, we went to Topgolf. Was driving, it was kind of like a night out. I don't really go out often. This is how addiction goes. And I go, I need something stronger. I want to have a good time. I want to be alert for the drive home. So I bought a can of 6s. But you buy the 6s and you do the whole can. So I wake up this morning, I've already done 3, 4, 6 milligrams. I'm out there on the run, I got heartburn. Right? So like those little things, just like getting your life in order, kind of make a bigger difference than worrying about whether or not you're on the keto diet or the sugar diet or what day of the week you run or what day of the week you bike. It's like get your health in order first. But yeah, like get these pythons. You gotta hit the muscle you want to hit once or twice a week and hit it hard. Ideally, I want my chest to be big. I want my abs. Okay, I want my guns. My back is always already pretty decent. Kettlebell swings help with that, like deadlifting and all that, but like with endurance, I keep usually like a mixed modal day in there. Swinging the heavy 90 pound kettlebell, that will keep my back fit. Swimming gets a lot of lat action, a lot of shoulders, a lot of the rear delt. Like my back will stay fit. Let's talk about abs too in a second. Talk about spot reduction. Is spot reduction, is it a thing? There's a recent study that says it actually is a thing, even though forever we said it's not a thing. Last set, I'm gonna get 8, it's gonna hurt. It's honestly gonna hurt. Lifting like this after the run is pretty tough, but I'm gonna eat. I made a bunch of skewers and rice yesterday. I'm gonna crush it. Shrimp, chicken, and steak. Can we get 8? All right, so spot reduction. So forever, the fitness industry said spot reduction isn't real. Spot reduction is the idea that if you do enough sit-ups, you'll prioritize fat loss in the midsection. Whole fitness industry forever has basically said nonsense, just eat a calorie deficit, work out your whole body, fat will come off where it comes off. Now, what I tell people is all of that's true. If you're not losing fat in general from a calorie deficit, well then you're not gonna lose the fat on the belly because you're not losing fat. So you gotta be in a calorie deficit. Hormones also play a big role. So you're not getting enough sleep, you've got low testosterone, a lot of stress, that cortisol, that hormonal profile is going to prioritize visceral and belly fat. Okay, so got to get, again, like I said about being sick, doing stupid shit. I'm working on it. You get your hormones, your nervous system balanced, you're more likely to be able to lose fat from the belly. And then the last piece is, so they did a study and they had the control group and the test group, and the intervention they used had a shit ton of ab work, and the intervention group actually lost more belly fat. So here's the thing, was there actually anything practical in there? So the intervention they did was basically like 16 minutes of ab work, 4 days a week. Like they made like it into a ab cardio session. So they were doing trunk twists and crunches, four by 4 minutes. So almost like the VO2 max protocol, where you're just crushing abs for 4 straight minutes, resting, repeating for a total 16 minutes. My concern about that is that even good for your spine? Okay, like that many ab flexions, I think for me would light up my low back. Even that many torso twists, I'm not sure. Now maybe you could build up to that, but to just go from 0 to trying to do that, I think you're probably more likely to experience pain at whatever little bit of spot reduction you get. Now, I think if you do something like swimming, where your abs are embraced because you're trying to keep a tight belly, it is cardio, you're getting rotation. That's like the actual belly spot reduction exercise. I can't think of a better way to do it, swimming. But if you suck at swimming, I don't know. So what do the pros do? If you look at Joel Kellett, I recently came across this guy, even though all his content's from like 5 years ago or more. He's the Australian Arnold, supposedly natural. Guys, go look him up. Joel, 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 Kellett, it's Kellet. Probably the best physique on earth. I mean, so good. And anyway, so I went ahead and I bought a couple of his, $4 programs to see what he actually does for arms and abs. And I was actually curious about his chest and abs. And his point in the abs is keep it high volume. So it's kind of on par with what he was talking about with spot reduction. He said, never do a set less than, I think he said 25. I think 20 is reasonable, 20 to 25. And 200 reps a day or a session, 4 days a week, maybe every day, which would be pretty high volume. And I mean, that guy's got the tightest midsection along with the best chest and the best arm. I mean, I kind of have a man crush on him, I'm not gonna lie. So if I could look like him and perform like the sprint triathlete I want to perform like, I would have achieved really, I would say, peak God status. I mean, honestly, like if I figure this out, like guys, I might be the best coach in the world, or at least like I figured it out. Now, whether or not I can coach you how to do it, I can at least tell you how to do it. At least I've discovered the blueprint, because that would be, if you could look like him and perform like a world-class amateur, I'm not going to be obviously a professional, but if I could win the age group world championships and look like that, I mean, what else is there, right? What else? Unless you have other goals, I guess I get that. But anyway, so yeah, you can do 8 sets of 25 reps in the gym with the abs if you want. I've been getting on what's this machine called where you sit in it? Is it the captain's chair? I don't know. And kind of hitting that. I like that. I've been hitting that when I can get in there, and I'm swimming. So I think I'm taking care of that. And I just got to get, the diet on check. I think I'm like maybe 14% body fat, maybe 14. When I go to do the in-body scan, it fluctuates. Sometimes it's within the last couple months, it's at everything between 16 and 11. I know those things are highly sensitive to water and how accurate they really are. But I think I can get down to 8 or 9 without impacting my performance, which is realistically like 15 pounds of body fat. So I'll lose that and then worry about if I need to get lighter, sacrificing some muscle. I think the muscle is probably going to come off my legs, even though I hate that. I hate that. I want big, juicy track legs. Like I really like those track cyclists. I really do. Okay, look at that. Yes. But I'm only going to be hitting, I'm not even really going to be hitting heavy legs at all. Just enough to stimulate some power for the biking and the running, and trying to just keep my knees and hips healthy through the season. That's the main goal. I can always build up the legs again later. I've had I don't say much bigger, but my quads have been bigger. So if I lose a little bit of size in the legs, but more conditioning, that's fine. So yeah, anyway, wow, 21 minutes. I'm gonna hop off. I might hit one more set with just the empty bar. Call it a day. All right, peace, y'all.